Okay, why my dog is just, can you hear, snoring his head off next to me? He's got his eyes open still. He snores with his eyes. Let me check. Yeah. He's okay. Oh, he's slowly drifting off to sleep. Oh, it's closing slowly. Can you hear him snoring? Oh, he's so cute. Oh, so relaxing. So I'll keep it down with the video. So basically, I'm going to say exactly, like everybody should know by now that we're not from fucking Tamworth. My mother's insanity of running away from Sydney because her father, well, who would accept her marriage to her second husband? And I can tell you now, my nan did say, like, I remember when Nan and Pop, Reg and Lola were having a discussion because Mum decided to have the reception in the, because we have beautiful gardens in Rooty Hill, the backyard, and my grandparents are like, that's not right. That's the twins' fathers, what the work that. So basically, the wedding was done at the house that my dad, Mark Fleming, a builder, gave my mum in the divorce. And he restored that house. It was a beautiful house that we had in Rooty Hill. So let me explain to you. It was stunning. Oh, but my mum, you know what my mum would turn around and say right now? Oh, it was fine, but oh, it was this, oh, it was that. Oh, it was terrible when we brought it. It was so bad. Yeah. I don't know what it was like when you brought it. Because, like, Dad was, what, 19? He restored it. He's a builder. And when I grew up in it, it was stunning. So, long driveway. 12 Dunsmore Street, Rooty Hill. It was this beautiful, oh my God, it was stunning. I loved it. Because the ground sloped. So the front of the house, to get to the front, it was like 2 stories. Basically, because my bedroom was right at the front of the house. Well, when you're looking on the roadside on Dunsmore Street Road, my window used to look out that direction towards where the train station was. And it was a full story below it. And Dad used to always say, just when my parents were married, that he was going to eventually extend downstairs. So it will be a 2-story house. Never did because my parents divorced. But it was stunning. So you drive up this really long driveway and you've got a Juliet-style balcony. And we had a foyer. Like, not like this tiny little pussy foyer that Mum has now in her house. No, we had a proper foyer with a cloak cupboard. It was stunning. Oh, God, I loved it. And the back of the house, like, Dad put this massive, huge entertainment area. So when you walk in, like, yeah, it was like you walked in, you had the foyer, the living room, like, then you walked across the, the hallway to the living room. To the left was the kitchen, dining room. To the right, you had, like, a separate toilet, bathroom. Well, sorry, actually, no, to the right, long hallway, then to the right again, you had the separate toilet and bathroom. You had the 3 bedrooms like that direction. Then down the other end, you had, through the kitchen, you had like a little sort of small family room, laundry. Off that area, you had the entertainment area. I had a 2-story cubby house with running water and electricity. Landscape gardens was beautiful. Then another split level up into a sandstone paved area in the swimming pool. And then when you went out the other side of that, you had like all the stables and where the horses were. So, you know, 15 minutes to Parramatta, 5 minutes to West Point Shopping Centre. What was it? 1 minute walk to a coffee shop. The coffee shop was around the corner on Rooty Hill Road. You know, so yeah, it was beautiful. Oh God, I loved it. It's demolished now. It's a housing estate. So the entire property, house, land, everything's all demolished. It was demolished like in the early 90s to make way for housing estates. So there's all like villas and stuff there now. Like not housing as in housing commission, but like it was brought for development. But it was beautiful. Anyway, beautiful old rose vine growing up the side of the house. Oh God, it was stunning. Beautiful gardens in the backyard, and that's when Mum had her second marriage. And my grandparents really were not impressed. Regina, even my grandfather was like, she could have hired a whore. This is the twins' father's house. Like, that's what they were really pissed off. I'm like a kid, and like, when I say a kid, how I would have been what? They got married 88. Would have been about 9 when they got married. So yeah. Anyway, my grandfather was going to kill him. So Mark Rackley hid out in Colo River and then read in the newspaper about this place called Tamworth. Wanted to go there. He went there and he goes, oh, it reminds me of Adelaide. Fucking loser. So Carol brought a house there. That's how it happened. Exactly like that. It reminds me of Adelaide. And my mother was chasing Mark Rackley around everywhere. She's a fucking deadbeat. So, no, we actually had a really good upbringing in Sydney. A good life. And then Carol's insanity. And after she moved, it's like, you know, I'm not chasing my mother's insanity around. Thanks very much. Like, when my parents separated, Dad went back to Parramatta, like where his parents were. And then his parents were on, and then Nan and Pop moved to, God, they moved to Ettalong Beach, which is where the holiday house was. They would have moved there before, well, Pop passed away in, when was it? 1987, I think. I think Stanley Fleming, my Pop, passed away in 1987. I was about 8 years of age. So Dad and Mum had only just divorced when Pop passed away. And they lived in that house. Well, I don't know if Pop actually lived in the house at Long Beach for a year. I know Nan and Pop moved from Parramatta to where we always spent summers at Long Beach. So like I said, we had a really good life in Sydney. So my mother's insanity, and you know what my grandparents, Reg and Lola, used to always say? So Mum moves and, oh, she loves it. Oh, it's great. You should come up here. Oh, everyone should come up here. Everyone should copy Carol. And my grandfather never forgave her for moving or taking the twins away from Lola. But my grandfather hated her guts after that. That was it. He did, literally, that was it for him. And he used to even make these comments. Like, he told me this back in the year 2000. He told me. Seriously, that was it. He had high hopes for Mum, but that was it. You know, to sell that house and be so stupid, you know. Pop refused to ever visit her. So, you know, and I wasn't going to entertain her insanity of moving from Sydney to fucking weirdos in the New England area. I wasn't going to entertain it. I moved back to Sydney. Like, she was up there. I'm like, seriously, I'm 10 years of age going, she's nuts. Like, we just moved from Sydney to here. She's insane. Like, literally, that's what it was like. I was like, she's an idiot. So I was always back home in Sydney. Unless I had school on it, then I'd be back home to Sydney in 95. But Reg and Lola, Nan and Pop used to say, these are exactly words. Nan never said effing, she said friggin'. Carol, I've had it up to here with hearing about the Rackley's, and I've friggin' had it up to here, or I'm friggin' sick and tired of hearing about friggin' Tamworth. They hated it. They hated it with a passion. My grandfather used to, like, he hated it, even on his fucking deathbed. Seriously, and I tell you what, I've got into the stage where if I ever hear about fucking New England again, it will be the last thing. It's like, don't come near me if you're from fucking New England, I can tell you now. I fucking had it. I'm like my grandfather. It's like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about fucking New England and fucking Tamworth. And I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing about the fucking Rackley'S. That's how much bullshit my mother's gone on with our entire life. People have just, certain people like myself and my grandparents have had a fucking gutful of hearing about fucking Tamworth and the fucking New England, and we're sick and tired of hearing about the fucking Rackley'S. There.